Great day. It's time to flush all your negativity away and let this positivity rise. Say cheese. You're alive. Welcome to Enlightened Perception. What's up, everyone? It's your partner, Reese here, and today we're sharing step 2 of 5 to build true self-love and confidence. But before we get started, if you're in a better mood now than you were before you started this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel because these are our vibes 24/7. Now, with that being said, let's get to it. Now, for those who are joining us on step 2 and didn't get to see the video on step 1, awareness of the ego, I advise you go back and watch that before you watch this one. I put them in chronological order that I feel will make this process as simple as possible. Because I promise it's not easy, but at least make it simpler for you to go through and truly build that self-love that you deserve. For those who do understand the ego or have a basic awareness of the ego, you understand that it's a false identity that you've constructed filled with fear, doubt, worries, judgment, self-negative talk. And you also understand that it was created over your lifetime, that you weren't born this way, but it was layers piled on you from your parents to your environment to the media to society norms in general that started making you believe you were a specific person, or making you believe you weren't capable of specific things, or even making you believe you weren't worthy of love from yourself or from others. But the amazing thing here is that none of it has been the truth. That it's not who you are, but it's the person you believed you were. And just like that belief was created, we can erase that story and create a new belief. Start peeling off those layers and start revealing the true you. The you that has the characteristics of love, acceptance, understanding, compassion, empathy, forgiveness. Speaking of forgiveness, that leads to step 2. Drum roll. Forgiving yourself and others. See, to even be able to start writing your true story, now that you are starting to reveal your truth, you have to take full responsibility. But when you start to become aware of the outside circumstances and people and things that helped create this identity, what most do next, including myself when I was in this phase, is we start playing the blame game. Some have already done it. See, myself, I always put it on me, saying, this is who I am. I can't because I'm not smart enough. I can't because I'm half black. I can't because I don't have the right resources or the financial capabilities like some of my friends do, but it was always, I can't. But do you hear all the other external factors that I'm blaming as well, right? So some of us start to try to give ourselves excuses. See, it's not me. It was because of them that you're this way. See, I'm here to protect you. This is the ego talking to you. But the ego doesn't want you to take full responsibility. You now have the power in your hands to throw away that old story created by the ego and rewrite yours with the true you that you're now starting to reveal and surface. So a few of you may be asking, if it's not their fault, then why'd you even make us aware of the beliefs and the feelings and the thoughts and the programming that they instilled in us? See, it's not to give you an excuse for who you are today or for letting your ego take charge. It's so you can understand what occurred and how the ego was formed. So you can become aware of the ego. Start to dissolve the ego, and you take true control of your life. So to take true control, again, you have to take full responsibility. But if you resent others now, saying, if my mother never told me I was stupid, I would have possibly been able to be a lawyer. If my father never abused me, I would have never felt like I wasn't worthy of love. If Society never made me feel like I had to go get a college education. I would be 100,000 in debt right now, and there's not even any jobs out there for me to get. But that doesn't get you anywhere. It just leaves you stuck exactly where you are, letting the ego still be in charge, making you think now you have no control and you can't even change the outcome because you didn't create the outcome. But let me tell you something, it was still your choices. After all of those beliefs and insecurities that you developed over time that affirmed them. It was nobody else's choices. Nobody put a gun up to your head and said, make this choice. And yes, words are powerful, and the repetition of beliefs being instilled in you are powerful, but it still was your choice. And the fact that it was your choice to live a life that wasn't true to you, it's now your choice to live your true life. So yes, you just may have agreed and made the acknowledgement that it was all your choices. But just because you understand that now doesn't mean magic, now you just forgive everyone. No. Now let's talk about how to forgive others. 1, stop taking their choices personal. They did the best they can do with what they knew. Okay? They possibly weren't aware of what now you're learning about, the ego, that the story that they were telling themselves or that been told to them was a lie. So they just gave you what was given to them without the awareness, without the understanding. And usually, if it's your parents or anyone who cares about you, they do it from the best way they know how to love. So you have to, again, 1, not take it personal. They didn't do this to purposely ruin your life or make you lack self-love or make you believe that you weren't capable. They just did it from the best of their ability. 2, be grateful. Be grateful for everyone who's ever entered your life because they've helped you grow, even if you don't know. 1, it could be because of the things that they did give you that were actually valuable. There are a lot of valuable things we learn from others and people close to us. Or 2, because of the hardships and struggles they put you through. It made you stronger, and it made you awaken to search for this truth that you now know. So be grateful for them. That will help you forgive them. And 3, also now that you have this awareness, the only way to be able to hopefully help them, because that's what we want to do. We want to take this awareness, we want to start living our truth, and we want to inspire others to do the same. And if you're blaming them, most likely it's because you care for them and they had a huge role in your life. You must forgive them so you can pour into them, so you can want to be around them and not just run your mouth or talk, but lead by example and show this new individual and the true you that has started to shine. And then possibly they'll start to ask, what has changed? What are you doing different? I see this glow, I see this light in you, which now, since you forgive them, you're willing to help them become the true versions of themselves. So now that all is forgiven, or at least others are forgiven, the only person that can take the blame and take full control is yourself. But a lot of times that's not easy because you start reflecting back on the decisions you've made. The decisions you made, the actions you've taken out of anger, out of depression, out of not feeling loved, out of not feeling capable, out of wanting someone's love so bad that you subjected yourself to being hurt, to letting others walk all over you, to not putting yourself first. All these things that you now are reflecting on can definitely take a toll on your mind. But you must forgive you. It's the time you forgive yourself for being the person who wasn't aware, for not having the level of consciousness to understand that who you thought you were and the story you were telling yourself about yourself wasn't true. The person you were wasn't who you are now, because just this little bit of awareness you have now is going to help you propel. It's going to help you make decisions based on knowing that you are happy, that you have everything you need within you to be everything you want to be, but even more so to live the purpose you were put on this earth to live. That's who you're becoming. So you can't compare yourself to the old you, because the old you wasn't you. It's who you thought you were. And you also must be grateful for that old you. Be grateful that it allowed you to see what unhappiness felt like, what the lack of love felt like. Because now that you are going to be able to tap into the happiness already within, to the love that you came to this earth with, it's going to be even more enjoyed than it would have been if you just came with it. So you must, let me say it again, you must forgive yourself. You must accept the past for what it is. Take the lessons that come with it. Don't forget, because now you know who you never want to be again. But definitely forgive, because you know the life that you're about to live is going to be your true life. And it's going to be the one lived by who you always were supposed to be. And deep down inside, who you've always been. And as long as you know this, you have no reason to judge yourself any longer. Now, if you still feel like you can revert back to that ego, yes, you put it down. You don't give it excuses. You don't give it justifications. You don't make it feel okay. You make sure you know this is not your place anymore. I appreciate how far you've gotten me, but I'll take it from here. Now in step 3, I'll be helping you paint the picture of your truth. And you may be asking, how do you know my truth? You don't know me. Well, I don't know your specific greatness that's within you. I don't know your specific purpose. I don't know your specific gifts, but I do know that you have a purpose. I do know that you have a gift. I know that you're here for a reason. And what I do know that we all share is a connection with something much more powerful, something that's more divine than us all. But we also have a connection to one another. We're an expression of this universe. We are complete because we are a whole. And we'll be discussing that in step 3. How the ego separated you, made you an individual, but you've been a part of a whole this whole time. And that whole has an infinite amount of love, an infinite amount of happiness. That whole can manifest its wildest dreams and is capable of anything it can put its mind to. So we're going to attack your truth. We're going to paint that picture, but most importantly, we're going to rewrite your story. So join me in the next video, step 3, revealing your truth and rewriting your story. To continue enlightening your perception, subscribe if you haven't yet, and turn on your notifications so you know as soon as step 3, revealing your truth and rewriting your story, is uploaded. If you enjoy our videos and find them valuable, leave us a big thumbs up because it helps others find them easier. And until next time, I'm Reese Washington. Let's live, love, and elevate.